New satellite images show buildup of Russian military around Ukraine. How does Russia's army compare with the Ukrainians? Zaporozhye, Ukraine, CNN. More evidence has emerged of the steady buildup of Russian military equipment and deployment around Ukraine, with new satellite images revealing a further expansion of the military presence at multiple locations in Belarus, Crimea, and western Russia. Russian forces have moved into Belarus in the last 2 weeks. The Russian and Belarus defense ministries say the deployments are ahead of the major training exercise this month. The imagery was collected and analyzed by Maxer. In an accompanying note, Maxer said the deployment reflect an increased level of activity and readiness. Maxer and other satellite imagery providers said they have noticed the expansion of existing Russian military training grounds and garrisons within some 150 miles of the Ukrainian border over the last few months. Some are within a few miles of the border. Maxer said the most recent images show a new pace of Russian activity. He said that previously, in most cases, few troops or new housing for additional personnel were observed near the deployment, suggesting that some of the units may have been pre-positioned or forward deployed. That has begun to change. During the past couple of weeks, several new significant military deployments have been observed in Belarus, Maxer said. Also, troops' tents and shelters for personnel have been seen at virtually every deployment location in Belarus, Crimea, and western Russia, which suggests that the units are now accompanied with the troops and have increased their overall readiness level. Maxer compared the images from September and late January of the same military camp at Novuzerne in Crimea. The images show a significant increase in activity with an area of tents being erected. These images show new tents have been erected at the Novuzerne camp in Crimea. That implies the camp is ready to house troops, although there is no evidence for troops arriving as of now. Maxer also notes that local military training activity, including live fire, artillery, and maneuver training, have been observed in progress at numerous training areas. The imagery shows impacted craters at two training areas in Russia, Pogonovo and Pereshanovsky. Pereshanovsky is some 30 miles, 50 kilometers from the Ukrainian border. Pogonovo is some 150 miles, 220 kilometers from the border. These images from January 28, 2022 shows the impact crater at the Pereshanovsky training ground in Russia. This image of the Oshipovich training area in the central Belarus shows the deployment of the Iskander short-range ballistic missiles. Konrad Muzika, a defense analyst focusing on Russia and Belarus at Lochan Consulting, an aerospace and defense consultancy, said he believes there are now between 74 and 76 Russian battalion tactical groups, called the BTGs, ranged around Ukraine. Battalion tactical groups are typically comprised of about 1,000 soldiers along with the support unit. Mujica says that since the first weeks of January, Russia has been moving its forces from the Eastern Military District, thousands of miles away in Siberia, to western Russia and Belarus. The size of this deployment is significant, perhaps as many as 15 to 20 BTGs, Mujica wrote in a note. He also said that Russian ground forces have deployed units that include Iskander short-range ballistic missiles to Belarus and part of the Russia close to Ukraine. He calculates there are at least 48 launchers near Ukraine. The military threat Russia poses to Ukraine. Russia has built a formidable force near its border with Ukraine, massing tens of thousands of troops and heavy weapons, and establishing new bases in the region. With the Russian forces now stationed in Belarus for joint exercises, Ukraine is surrounded on three sides. While Russian capabilities and movement can often be observed, the Kremlin's intentions are much more difficult to read. US President Joe Biden said last week that the invasion of Ukraine in February is a distinct possibility. UK Foreign Secretary Liz Truss has said that it's highly likely that President Putin is likely to invade Ukraine. There is a real threat of invasion, but we don't know what's going to happen, she told the BBC on January 30. The Kremlin has consistently denied that it has any plans to invade Ukraine. CNN's Gianluca Mezzofiore reported from London, and CNN's Tim Lister reported from Zaporozhye, Ukraine.